Hello. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me get my microphone on. I'll be with y'all in just a minute. All right, I think we're moving along here. How is everyone this cold Tuesday? I'm trying to get situated. My apologies. Let me get my camera organized. I'm going to jump around here. And of course, I got to stand up and get situated and pull my chair up. So, oh my goodness. All right, I'm going to quit bouncing around in the chair. All right, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm Dawn Duvall from Shall We Stamp. I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, in case you don't know, and I live in the Villages, Florida, and it is chilly here. However, I am not going to complain because there are a lot of you that are either with no electricity and have a snow up to your knees or whatever, which is why I chose to live in the South, or which I grew up in Virginia, in the Virginia Beach area, so it was warm there, and now we live in Florida. So anyways, welcome. Oh, I guess I better set my messages. Hang on a minute. Let me get in here and load up the comments. So as y'all come on, please announce that you're there. Hi there. I won't be able to see your names since we're in a group. Switcher Studio, or Facebook, I should say. It's actually Facebook. Doesn't allow me to see the names while we're live, but I do see them when I go back and look at the video. So I know it's a pain in the butt, but if you don't mind, if you want to list your name and where you're coming, where you are, where you live, and what the weather's like. I'm sure we have a lot of the Midwestern folks that are deep in snow, and I wish that hopefully things get better. And I just saw in the news before I walked in that they're talking about another snowstorm coming through, and it's like, good Lord, how much more can y'all take? So, hi from Indiana. Is that Patricia by chance? All right. Make sure that you share my video. It helps me to reach out and find other crafting people that enjoy doing what we do. And make some comments so that your name will go into the drawing for the cards that will be given away. Oh, I have to get my list for last week. And so we'll give it a few more minutes and let people to pop on. I'm sure everybody's starting to come in now. Hello from Pennsylvania. And again, I'm not able to see your names. It's a Facebook thing. Since I moved this to a group setting, I didn't realize that Facebook wasn't going to let me see y'all's names. But I thought it would be easier to be in the group, easier for you all to be able to find access to the videos quickly. But maybe that wasn't such a good idea. Hi, Tracy Pope. I saw your car up the street the other day. I guess you were doing your thing up there, huh? So what was I saying? Oh, so I moved it to the group thinking that it would be a little bit more quaint for us to hang out and socialize. And but I can't see a name. Hey, Judy, how are you? I thought it was you, Patricia. Oh, snow. I know. Oh my gosh, you're from Indiana. I feel your pain, honestly. It's like, and I know this is like a heat wave. I think we're at 60 in this low 60s, so it's a heat wave compared to what you all are. We have one of our neighbors that we met a couple years ago from Nebraska, and I don't know if she posted it or somebody posted it and said that it would have been warmer had they been, they went outside and it would have been warmer had they just sat in the refrigerator. That's how cold it was. So I guess it was down close to zero. Hi, Donna from Northampton, Pennsylvania. How are you? Ice yesterday, but looking for up to 9 inches. Oh my God, Judy. Where is that Judy? Where are you, Indiana, Ohio, one of those folks? Oh my God. I don't envy you guys at all. I do not like the cold. It would drive me crazy. So that's why I'm in Florida. But we're having our little bit of, the share of the coldness, but we don't like it. I can tell you that for sure. That's why we all live here. Y'all should just come on down. Come down and join the party. All right. Well, we're going to, let's see, what time is it? Where is my clock? Oh, it's 7:04. Let's give it one more minute, and then we're going to start. So those that aren't here, hey, Faye, how are you? So those that aren't on, aren't ready to go, then they will just have to catch up or watch the replay. Another snowstorm on Thursday. Oh my goodness. I know they're talking about more snow. I saw in Texas where somebody They had been out of power for like 18 hours. I can't even imagine. And then one couple, apparently, they went and got their neighbor. They had a fireplace, and the neighbor had no heat, obviously, if she was an older person, and like the rest of us probably, and brought her to their house, brought her to their home to sit in front of the fireplace. So that was pretty good. Sorry, my nose is itching. So anyways, all right. Well, people are popping in. Oh, hello, Karen from Florida. So we, let's see, what's going on with us? Let's see, we sold our house that we had down in Polk City. My husband's working, now teaching full-time through Florida Southern College online. So we didn't need the house that we had down there, so we sold it, which means we had to bring the RV back up here to the Villages, and we now have it stored closer. So it's only about 10 minutes away, which makes it really nice. So we're going to be leaving on the 28th of February, and we are going to head down to, I think it's Palm Beach. Don't hold me to that. 5 days there, I think. And then we're going to Key West. We always go to Key West during spring break. And we have to book that a year in advance. So we're going there. This time we got a spot on the water. So we're going to see how that goes. Hi, Tony from Ohio. We have several neighbors from Ohio that live on our street. So we will be going from the 28th of February. I've already planning my classes so that we can still do this. And we'll be back on, I think we come back on March 14th. So we'll be gone 2 weeks. And what was I going to say? And then we're buying another internet thing so that we have better power from better internet connection without having to use the one from the site. So anyways, that's our plans for the end of February. Hello, whoever's signing in from the Villages, Florida. As I mentioned, for those that are just signing in, when I moved everybody to the group, Facebook doesn't show names of the people when they sign in. It just shows Facebook user. Now, when I go and look at it, I'll be able to see it. But when we're live, Facebook, for whatever reason, in groups, they don't show it. And I'm not quite sure why, but that's Facebook. I can't help that. So anyways. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to flip the screen down. We are going to do a different one-sheet wonder. So let me turn my screen down. All right. And we're going to do another one-sheet wonder. It's a little bit different, and we can always use one-sheet wonders, right? So we never have, we have all this paper, so we don't want to hoard it. So we need to use up our pattern paper, and this is a great way to do that. And so I'm going to show you a new way. It may not be new to you, but it's new to me. Let me move some of my stuff out of the way here. And before I forget, and I'll announce this later as well, for last week's cards, Susan Cruz Grayson and Donna Lee Zangari, I hope I pronounced that right, both names were drawn. So if you ladies are on here, or if you know anybody knows them, please reach out to them. But if you're on, please leave a message for me with your mailing address, and I'll get these out in the mail in the next day or two. And for those of you that have not received your cards, and I was 3 weeks behind, that's my apologies. They went out in the mail late last week. Of course, Monday's a holiday, so y'all should be getting your cards here in the next couple of days. All right, so let me show you the ones that I made. Now we're going to use a different pattern paper. This is the seashell paper. Now I don't have when I ordered the paper, I didn't order the stamp sets because I do a paper share every time a new catalog comes out, and I don't order all the stamp sets because I know I won't be able to use them all in such a short amount of time. This one I probably will order because I love the beach. But this is a different fun fold, and so I'm going to walk you through how we're going to make these in just a minute. And I did take the paper that had the seashells on it, and I cut them out. I fussy cut those to make them as my holder to lock this in place. So you open it up, and then I put a little strip on the inside. So that's one of the cards that we're going to designs. We're actually going to be making 8 cards, and there'll be 2 of each. And then here's another one, and you can see how I've changed up the paper. Same design, but I just changed up the paper. And then here are 2 of these. You can see that's 2 that are just basic open like a book card. And again, I put paper, a little strips in the bottom. So that's those 2. And I'm going to show you how we're going to cut this paper. Now this one's really cute. Here's one. I'm using the seashell, the conch shell, to lock it in place. And we'll open it up, and then you'll have your, of course, I didn't fold that very well, but that's okay. You'll have your locking mechanism there, or you can, however you want to lock it, but I thought that was kind of different. And then this is the same, just different paper again, and I used 2 of the shells and put some of the, what are those, the pearls on there. And then here's 2 that we're just going to cut this paper. No rhyme or reason how we're going to cut it. We're just going to cut it at an angle. It doesn't have to be exact. But I wanted to show you how I did this. This one opens like this. And then I just put a sentiment, put some of the baker's twine from the snail mail on that. And then here's one that opens like a book. And I just use the back sides of the paper. So that's what we're going to be making today. So this will give you lots of ambition to cut your paper, cut your pretty paper, so it's not, you're not going to be hoarding it, right? All right, now I've already pre-stamped everything because I thought it might take a little bit of time. So I am using 2 sheets of paper from the Bloom, oh, let me get the name of it, pardon me. It's one of the free celebrations, so if you order $50, you can choose this Paper Blooms Designer Series paper, and there's 12 sheets, and you get 2 of each design, 2 of 6 designs. So I'm choosing this pattern, and I thought that they would go well depending on which way we do this, right? So however you turn it, I think it will look fine. And then I've cut various cardstocks. Now, I do not have the sample. I will make a template, and I'll post that in the page probably tomorrow. Hello from San Diego. How's the weather out in your neck of the woods? So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to pull in my paper trimmer. Now, the colors that are in this paper, we're going to use sea foam, and we're going to use Rococo Rose, Night of Navy, and we're going to use some Whisper White, obviously, and then Seaside Spray, and are we doing? No, we're not doing that one. Seaside Spray. And then I'm also going to show you when we get done. I did some other templates. I haven't put any sentiments on them, but I'll show you those when we get done, just to give you another idea with a different type of paper. Actually, I'll give you a little sneak peek of them. All right, here's that one design. This is using the hydrangea. So there's that one design. Isn't that pretty? That's beautiful paper. I love the back side of that. Isn't that gorgeous? And then here's another one that I did. This is one that you'll see how we're going to cut this. I matted it with Mossy Meadow, and this is the Gorgeous Grape. Isn't that pretty? I love those colors. All right, so that's just something different. Let me show you another one, and then we'll get started. And then here's one. I did it like this. And this is on the Rococo Rose with the gorgeous gorgeous grape. Sorry about that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that really pretty? I haven't finished these, but I wanted to just show you some of the things that you can do with these papers. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. So y'all need to get out and start cutting your paper. Okay? All right. Hello, Idaho. Oh, saving and watching. She's probably feeding her husband. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get started. I'm going to walk you through the cutting instructions, and you can take notes if you like. If not, I'll do a template and I'll post it tomorrow, because I will not do it this evening. I'll be too tired. And we'll go over that in just a minute. Okay, so I got my paper trimmer out. If you're new to Stampin' Up, this is the perfect trimmer that you need to have, especially if you're a scrapbooker. Our arm goes out to 17 inches, and it's got this nice grid on here that is every 1/4 inch. And then one thing we like about this is that on the right-hand side, and you can see I need to get my glue off here, it goes over to 1.5 inches. You've got a cutting blade, and then you also have a scoring blade, which is the lighter shade. And this is $25, so you have 2 in 1. You can cut and score and do everything at one time. All right, so we're going to use 2 sheets of 6x12 pattern paper. All right, so I'm going to just cut them both together because it's easy that way. All right, so we're at 6x12, right? So we're going to turn this, and we're going to cut 3 at 4 inches. So we're going to move this and cut 4 inches. All right, so this is first part's going to be pretty easy. So, because we can get 3 4-inch pieces, right? So 3 by 4 is 12. So we're going to line this up at the 4-inch mark, and we're going to cut this down, and we're going to set that off to the side for just a minute. And then I'm going to bring this one over, and we're going to do the same thing, cut this one at 4 inches as well. All right. So now we've got our 3 by 4s. Now I'm going to take this, and we're going to cut this in half, right? So this is 6 inches, right? So we're going to cut this at 3 inches. All right, so we're going to cut that one at 3, and I'm going to just set these off to the side for a minute because we're going to use these. And then I'm going to bring in the next batch. Again, these are 6 inches, right? So we're going to cut this at 3 inches. So far it's pretty simple. All right, cut these at 3. So it's given us 2 more, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3. That's 4 cards right there. So we should be able to get at least, I think it's 8 cards. All right, now this one we're going to cut in half. So we're going to do 3 inches. Whoops, let me get my 3-inch, my piece is sticking. All right, so we're going to line this up and put this at 3 inches. Now this one we're going to cut a little bit differently. All right, so we've got 2 3-inch pieces, right? Now I'm going to take, let me get my notes here because I don't want to confuse this. All right, so this is a 3 inches going across. So these are 3 by 4 inches, all right? So if you're going to do a mat, which we will, our mats are going to be 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So this one is 3 inches across. So I'm going to cut one at 2 inches, and then that will leave me 1 inch on the other side, right? So let's line this up at 2, or you can cut it at 1, either way. But I'm going to line it up at 2 inches. Let me get my paper straight. Hang on a minute. All right, so let's line this up at 2 inches. All right, so we got 2 inches, and we're going to cut that. So that's 2, and leaves me 1 is 3. Right? All right, now we're going to save these for just a second. I'll show you what we're going to do with those. All right, so now we have our 2-inch piece. So I'm going to turn this, and I'm going to cut at, because it's 4, right? These are 4 inches. See that? So we're going to cut at 2 1/2, which will leave us a 1 1/2 piece, and that adds up to 4 if I'm not mistaken. So, see, you didn't know you're going to have to know math when we started doing crafting, did we? So I'm going to line this up at 2 1/2 and cut this, all right? So that's going to leave me these 2 pieces, and then I'll show you what we're going to do with these and with this. So this right here is going to make 2 cards. Now these pieces here, these are 1 inch. So I'm going to cut these in half, and then we're going to use these for a couple of the cards to put on the inside of the card on the Whisper White. Well, I'm using Whisper White cardstock because I ordered before we ran out. So I'm going to line it up at the 1/2 inch mark there. And I'm going to shut this, and hopefully my paper doesn't shift. That's the only thing I don't like about, because I won't be able to hold it. Give me 1 second. Hopefully it doesn't cut it crooked. All right, hang on. I want to make sure I get it right, because if I put my fingers down here, it's kind of hard to hold it. Maybe I can do that. Oh, there we go. All right, so let's just drop that down. All right, we're going to cut these in half. So that's going to give us these little 4 pieces we're going to use for the insides of our cards. And I'm just going to snip this since I didn't get that one cut all the way through. And I think this is going to be a little bit crooked, but that's okay. I'm not going to worry about it. All right, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to set these right here. We've got our stack of papers right here. Let me move, no, let's go ahead. All right, hold on a minute. Let me figure out which card I'm going to do first. Oh, we're going to do this one. Okay, this is the one that we're going to use the little tiny pieces that I just cut out. Okay, so this is 8 1/2 by 11. So we're going to cut this at 4 1/4. All right, so let's get this in here, and we're going to cut this at 4 1/4. And then I'm going to show you how we're going to, it's going to be a fun fold. And I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. All right, so we're at 4 1/4, so I'll go ahead and cut up. All right, now we're going to take this. Let me move my cutter out of the way. Hang on a minute. Let me just, oh, no, I need to leave that open. I need it. I keep forgetting. Okay, so now we are going to score this at 2 1/4. So let's put this right here at 2 1/4. We're going to score that at 2 1/4, okay? So we're going to score. Now, here's a trick that I got this template from Karen Titus. So I'm going to fold this. All right, now I'm going to move this to 5 1/2, where my card, because this is what, if this is folded, that comes up to 8 1/2, right? Nope, let me see. Right there. So it brings me up to, yes, 8.5 if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to take this and score it at 5.5. So I'm going to, let me flip it this way, because if I leave it here, and 5.5 is going to, because what we're doing, it's going to be a little bit off when we do the gatefold. Let me show you on this one, and that way I can give you the actual measurements, since I'm not using my score. I had my scoreboard, it was easier to use. So let's go like this. We scored this at 2.25. So the next score is going to be at 7.5. Okay. So we've got this over here is 2.25. Am I right? Let me get that lined up right there. Yep. So we're at 2.25. So we're going to make this at 7.5. So we're going to pull this over this way so we can score it. So I'm going to put him at, let's try this one more time. We got the score. Get him in there. That's where we're going to score. And it's going to be at, but right there. And that should be 7.5 if I'm not mistaken. It's 2.5, 7.5, 7, 8, 9. That's not right. Yeah, 10 and 11, right? So this should be 5 inches inside. So, or 4 and, what is our inside? Hang on a minute. Let's measure. Let me get my ruler. Ooh, I got a big one. So inside is at 5.5 inches, okay? So we know we need 5.5 inches, right? So that's going to bring us right down to 5.5 inches. So we're going to put it right here at, so we want to score this at 5.5. Let's see if that's going to make that right. Let's see what that does. So if we close that, then this should give us 5.5, and it does. All right, so we're going to score that. All right, so you're going to line that up at 8. Actually, it shows 8 3/4, but I don't think that's right. All right, now they're not going to be the same size. One's going to be a little bit shorter than the other. So let's go ahead and do this one. We're going to do this one at 2.25. Oh yeah, that's right, because it's 2.25. We're going to line that up at 2.25. Okay, then we're going to slide it down to 8. What did I say? 8 3/4, and that should give us our next score. All right, so there's that. Let's move this trimmer out of the way, and then we're going to go ahead and decorate this one to start. And give me just a minute. Let me put this right here. Okay. All right, so these are the ones that we're going to be using, these little squares. So now we get to flip them over and see which size we want to use. All right, and we've got that, and we have this, and then we have these. So we're going to decide how we want to do this. All right, so let's go ahead and take this one. Now, if you'll notice, let me move my papers out of the way, these are not going to be symmetrical. So you can, this is like a gatefold, right? You just fold it in half, but we're not going to fold it in half. But you can fold it any way you want. And then you just cut your designer series paper whichever way you want, okay? So let's go ahead and start with, let's do this one that's got the pretty flowers. Let's start that one there. And then all we're going to do is like do a puzzle. So then we've got these little pieces. So we can, well, we don't want that one, right? So we can do that. I think I'll go like that. We can put this one here. And then why don't we put this one down here with the little stripes? So let's go with that. And that's all you're going to do is you're just going to paper piece it together. So we're going to add our adhesive and put this down on the front. And that's the nice thing about this when you're using, if you use 2 different sheets of your designer series paper, then you've got, as long as they coordinate color scheme, then you've got all sorts of choices. Let me bring my my craft mat in, silicone mat, so I don't get glue all over. All right, and then this one, pardon me, we're going to lay that right there because that's the one that we cut at the 2 inches, right? So we're going to lay that one there, or you can put it down here. I'm going to put it right up here for now because the other card will just do a little different. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, I love these dots, these circles. I thought they'd be pretty to use. So we'll just add our Tombow to that, and we're going to place that right here. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect because whoever's getting this card is not going to know what it's supposed to look like. And then we're going to lay this one here. And then we're going to line that up. Now, of course, it's going to make it look like it's, you know, because the lines right there are kind of wobbly, right? That's all right. All right, so we're going to do that. And we'll put this piece on here. And let that dry for just a minute. I put my socks on because my feet were cold. I took the dog up to the mailbox in the golf cart, and I was about freezing by the time we got back. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add my inside piece, and I'm going to take one of these strips here, and well, let's go ahead and use this side since we've got it there. Let's go ahead and put that on here. So we'll go ahead and add this, and you can add it to whatever side of the cardstock you want. It doesn't matter. So we're going to add this to the inside of our card piece. Now I'm not putting any sentiments on the inside, so that will be left for you to, you can do whatever you want. Leave enough room so you can write a message. And my piece of paper right here is not cut all the way straight, but you know what? It's okay. We're just going to move it over to the edge, and hopefully they don't notice because of the lines. So those of you that are just joining, you'll notice that I don't let that little stuff bother me, because I look at it this way. The people that are getting these cards are going to be so appreciative that they're not even going to look at if there's any flaws, which they're not. We refer to them as opportunities, and we figure out ways that we can fix those opportunities. All right, so we're going to lay this right down in the inside piece right here, and I meant to flip that over because that's got some, I'll get it off. I'll get my little eraser guy off. Let me move this up just a minute. One thing nice about the Tombow is you do have time to move it just enough to get it moved. Let me get I've got a little glue on there. I want to get that off. Okay, so there's that card. Now, I have, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. I use the Stitch So Sweetly framelits, the rectangle framelits, and what's the other one? I used a couple other framelits, and the stamp sets that I use for sentiments, Ridiculously Awesome, So Sentimental, and Happy Thoughts. So that gave me a variety. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. Now I cut out some of these little flowers. I took another extra piece of paper, cardstock, and I cut out some of these little flowers, and I thought I'd use those to as my locking mechanism. So we're going to put some mini dimensionals. If I can locate them. There's an empty pack. Oh wait, here we go. Oh, there's some baby ones right here. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to put these, I fussy cut these little things out just as something different. All right, I'm going to put the little mini glue dot, sorry, I need to get in the camera, on the back towards the bottom because I want this to, no, hang on, I need to move it. I'm going to use this to help hold down my sentiment. All right, so we're going to put that there, and then I'll put this on once I get the sentiment on there. And we'll do this one. We'll put this one right here. Let me get my fingers off. And again, this is just, you know, just something to do different. And then we're going to take our regular dimensionals, and we're going to pop this side up. Now remember, we don't want it to go across, you know, on here, right? Because that's going to close it. So I am going to put, I think I'll put another one right there. I think we've got room. So let's put one right there. And then I'm going to lay this like that. Okay. So let's lay this down. And then we will, if I can get it off, place this down, and then I will add where I want my, I'm going to move it over right about there, where I want my little locking mechanism to go. Okay, so we're going to do that. Oh, I forgot to bring my bling. Oh, no, I didn't. I brought some. Yeah, I did. I got it. Never mind. Okay. I'm like, all right, now we're going to take our little guys here, and we're going to peel them off, and we're just going to set those to where we can lay that sentiment right underneath to hold it in place. So I'm going to put this one, now my dimensionals towards the bottom, right? So I'm going to use that to put right there, and that's going to help hold that one down. And then this guy, I'm going to put him or her right about there. So that's going to hold my sentiment in. Whoops, hang on. I got this one a little too close. Let me move it back a little bit. There we go. So that's going to hold those in so that, well, daggone, Dorney. Oh, I got it on this one. Got him too close. Got to be careful of that. All right. So that's how it's going to look. And then they open it like that. Isn't that kind of neat? It's just a different way of doing things. So that's the card. Now we'll make 2 of these. And I'll show you what the other one. So that's the first one. So let's go ahead and fold this one. And make sure you always burnish your score lines. All right. Uh-oh. Guess what? We didn't score this one right, did we? Oh, I cut it. Look at that. I scored that one. Well, you know what we're going to do? We're just going to move it over and it's going to cover it. We're going to fix this one. I'm just going to line it up right there. And you're never going to see that because it's going to be covered up. Look at that. When I turned it, I didn't realize I had already scored it at the 2 1/4 mark. Ha! All right, so there we go. We're going to hide that one. Okay, so now we're going to put this one here because I like that. Even though it doesn't have the colors, but I like that. I think that will be fine. What do y'all think? We put that there? Let's see what we're working with. We do have the pink here, so we definitely want to use that. Now, if we went like that, we could put this here. Let me see. And yeah, why not? Let's go with that. I think that will be fine. It will all pull together. Let's put this one down here. Since we did the big one up there, let's lay this one here, and then we're going to put this here. That will pull the colors together. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And you won't even know that I folded that. So let's go ahead and add our adhesive. Let me make sure I'm in the camera. Sorry about that. And we'll plop this one down. Yeah, we do get cold a lot, believe it or not, because we don't like the cold. I'm from Virginia. I'm from Virginia Beach, but you know, we get down in the 30s sometimes, but not like what you all get. So, see, you won't even know. Now, you might see it on the back, but, you know, it's okay. It's not a big deal. All right, so we're going to go ahead and place this one here, and then we'll put the longer one at the bottom. Now, you could use, you could have the same color if you wanted to use the same color pattern and not flip over the green, but it's okay. I think it'll be fine. It's all about, you know, living on the edge. So we're going to put that one there, the small one, and then this one that has the pretty flowers. Now again, if you have a pattern to your paper, you'll have to remember that when you start cutting, because your sheets are 3x4s, okay, until we get, 3x4s. So if it's got a pattern, you want to make sure you're cutting it accordingly. So your patterns are going to go in the right direction of how you're going to make your card. All right, so there's there's the next one. And I did the same thing with the sentiment. I went ahead and just did the same. I can't thank you enough. So we're going to pop those up on here. And let's add our piece to the inside. And we're going to put what do we want to put? Let's do this one with so it kind of pulls in from the front. We'll put the little dots on there. So have you all seen this pattern before? I've not. Now I know we did one a while back which were 3x4s, but it was completely different. So it's all in how you can cut your paper, right? So let's put this right here. So it kind of brings in the circles from the front. And we're going to lay that right there and let that dry. And then we're going to attach this to the inside. And just to let you all know, I am going to start also doing a Zoom class. I'm going to start once a month, and we'll see how that goes. And if we get enough, we may do it twice a month. And it's going to be free. But I just thought it's a way that we, you know, since we're still all in lockdown and, you know, most of our neighbors are getting the vaccinations. My husband's gotten his second one. Most of the neighbors have. But I'm only 62, so, you know, I'm like me and a couple of, we've got about 4 of us, maybe 5. That are at the younger end of the scale. So I don't foresee getting a vaccine until like, I don't know, April, May, June, something like that. I think I'm low man on the totem pole. But anyway, so at this point, we can't do face-to-face. So I thought, well, doing a Zoom gets us as close to face-to-face as we can. So I'm going to, and if you're interested, let me know and I'll send you the links and I'll post it. But I thought we could do a Zoom class and I'll send out like the measurements of what we're going to do, kind of like a mystery thing, but it's not a mystery. I'm going to give you the measurements, and then you just use your own supplies, and then we'll just use that time to create and chat. What do y'all think about that? So I'm going to lay this right here. I just, I miss being around people and not, being around my fellow crafters. So this, I think, would be a great way that we can still do that and spend some crafting time. And, even though we're still in our lockdown mode for the most part. Well, we don't go out. I'm lost one of my flowers to lock my thing down. Oh, here we go. My husband and I are very cautious. We still aren't ready to go out, and we play golf, but we stay in with our neighbors, but we don't. We stay in the golf cart. We don't get out and we talk to them, but we keep our distance. So, and that helps. But we're not ready to go out to dinner. They go out to lunch on Saturdays. We don't do that. We don't go out to eat. We might go if we can get to an outdoor restaurant, but that's about it. So anyways, all right. So I cut out some other flowers. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these as our locking mechanism. But I just thought it might be, if y'all are interested, shoot me a message and let me know, because I'll, keep that. And then I'm going to send the link out about a week before. All right. So we're going to set this one right about here. I'm going to put it kind of in the corner to hold it down. And then I'm going to put another little flower at the top. And you can do other different things, whatever. And I'm going to put him a little bit. Let's put him up here. Let's put him right here. Put him right there. And that helps close it. So there's another one. Different page. Just turn the papers around. So aren't those cute? All right. So we're going to put those off to the side. And let's move on to our next one we're going to do, which is, hang on a minute. Okay. I've got notes here so I don't forget which ones I'm doing. All right, these are going to be just a regular card that, normal, nothing fancy about this one, and for a lack of a better word. All right, this is our seafoam green, 4 1/4 by 11. So we're going to fold this in half, and I could score it, but I'm not going to bring that thing over here. So I'm just going to hold it on the edges, hold it down, bring my finger over, and then burnish it. And now this doesn't always give it as it does if you give it a good crease, but it's always better if you do use your scoring thing. So let's go ahead and pull this in, and we're going to score this at 5 1/2, right? Because half of 11 is 5 1/2. So let's score that. All right, and then you'll see. Let's move this out of the way. And then we're going to take and fold that where the score line is. Now, I always fold mine over and I check the edges. Sometimes they don't always line up. And then again, I just do the same thing. So this is a little bit neater, a little bit cleaner. So we'll bring that in. All right, so we've got 2 cards like this. All right, I'm going to make one like this, and we're going to make one like this. So one's going to open this way, and then one's going to open like a book. All right, so we have 2 more sheets that we're going to take. All right, so here's our 2 sheets. And I'm going to use a piece of Petal Pink and Night of Navy. So let's see which one we want to put. I think this, well, you know what? Let's put this over here. This one's got the Night of Navy. I think that will look better. And actually, I don't think we can do this. We're going to have to both do them this way because they're not going to fit the other way. We'll do them like that. That's the only way they're going to work. And we can do that. I kind of like that, don't you? That way it pulls the colors in. So let's do that. We're going to use both sides, the same side of our paper. So this is going to be an easy one. Now this one, we could add some ribbon if we want to it. I've got some twine. I think I'll use that, maybe put it on our sentiment. Now this is, the mats are 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, okay? Because remember, these are 3 by 4. All right, so we're going to lay that on there and lay that down, and we'll go ahead and do this one and lay that down here. I just really like those. I love the flowers. And then remember, this is the paper you can get for free. And we only have 2 weeks left of celebration. The 28th of February, it's done. So if you've not been making some purchases to get your stuff for free, you might want to start doing that. You got 2 weeks. And we also have another product that we're going to get I just got my order in today, so I'll be making some samples. We might do that for next week. It's a prelude to a set that's coming out in the next catalog, so you all will be able to order it in March as well. Okay, now we're going to keep these simple, but like I said before, I'm going to turn this way because most of my flowers are going that direction. We could do it like that. That'll work. Let's turn it. So yeah, we're going to do it this one sideways. We're going to do it like this. I know I lost my train of thought. Next week, I've got a really neat, forgot I found the pattern for it, and I'll tell you about it when we get done. We're going to make that, I think, next week, and then I'll make some samples of that new bouquet, something bouquet. It's really pretty, and it's a suite. It's got paper and dies and all that stuff. All right, so we're going to lay this right on here. Nothing, there's no fancy thing with that, and we're going to do the same thing with this one. I know I was starting to talk about something, and see what happens, you get old and you can't get sidetracked easily. And it's sad because I don't think, in my mind, I don't think that I'm getting old. I mean, I know I am, but I still think I'm younger. We'll say younger. So, anyways, yeah, I think, if you're interested in the Zoom class, just shoot me a message and then I'll make sure that you get the link. But I just thought it'd be something we'll do, and I've got it scheduled for March. It's going to be the middle of March. I think, is it the 19th? Is that a Saturday or the 6th? It's got to be the 9th. I think it's the 19th. But I'll let you know so you can book it out. I thought Saturdays might be better in case somebody, in case those at work. All right. And then we can put our white piece in here like we would. And let's get our sentiments out. Let me see what I did for these. I cut out a bunch of things. I don't even know what I did for this one, to be honest with you. I hope I cut it out. You know what? I think I forgot. Let me see. Hang on a minute. How could I do that? Right, this is this one. Oh, no, it must be these. Why did I do that? I don't know. That's not going to work, is it? I don't like that. We may have put that. I don't know why I did this. I'm not sure why I picked these sentiments. These go with the other two, and then these go with the other two. Because these are kind of long for this card. I don't think I'm going to use these sentiments. I think they're too long. This one, because it covers up too much of the stuff, and I don't like that. I want something smaller. And I didn't bring anything over here to punch it out with, so I'm not going to put a sentiment on here right now. That's my mistake. But that's okay. But you got the gist. So this card will be like that. Now we can add our white, and then we can add another piece in here, right? So let's see. We've got that one. So let's go ahead and put this piece. Let's see. Oh, they're both the same. All right, let's put the pink on this one. Let's do that. We'll put the back side of the paper on. Can't believe I made this. I don't know what I was thinking about those sentiments. Oh, you know what? I know exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking I was going to use those for this next card instead of these. Well, we may just use that. We'll come back around to putting our sentiment on this card. And as you can see, this was not cut exactly straight in the cutter. So I'll know better next time. Cut the half off. All right, and then we'll put that in there. So it'll be fine. People will just, it's got the same color scheme. That's all that matters. All right, so we're going to put this in here. I'm going to hold off on the sentiments, and we may come back and revisit this before we end the night. All right, there's that one, and then this one. We should have put that one on that one. That's all right, and we'll do that one. We'll do that one later. Okay, so that's those two cards. Nothing fancy, but we're going to leave these out because I am going to put some sentiments on them. All right, now the next one we're going to do. Let's do this one. This is going to be a fun one. This is the one that's got the little points to them. Okay, so these are our card bases, 5.5 by 4 1/4. This is going to be the base of the card, and then we've got our white cardstock that we're going to be adding to this when we get ready. But what we're going to do is we're going to take two. We're going to take 4 actually, right? So in this case, I'm going to do 2 of the same, okay? And I'm going to put that over there and this one over here. All right, 3 by 4. So we're going to take and fold this in half, all right? But we're not squishing it. We're not going to fold it all the way, okay? So I'm just going to pinch it from about maybe 1/3 of the way down. Just pinch it just to give you an idea where the center point is, all right? And then what we're going to do, I want to get that there. Now there's so I'm going to fold this. Can you all see that? Let me see if I can zoom in some. There we go. I'm going to fold it so the point is right at the tip of that line, and then I'm going to bring this over as close as to the line as I can. And then we're going to burnish that, okay? We're making an arrow, like a foot. Remember how you used to make paper footballs? Well, that's what we're doing. We're going to make a paper football in a way. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, so we're going to burnish that. Now, this guy, we're going to fold up. But what I'm going to do, and I realized on, see this card, yeah, that one I had. Anyways, all right, so this is going to go under here, and we're going to glue it on there, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to start to fold this, and I want to leave some room so that when I put it on here, then I'm going to line up my cardstock and then fold it over, okay? So that's what I'm going to do, all right? So we're going to take and put some adhesive here, because I'm going to lock these little boys down so they don't decide to fly up. And we'll do the same thing on this one. So are y'all liking this pattern? And I'll put the template in case so you don't forget, okay? All right, now I'm going to add some glue here, my adhesive. And then what I do, because this is just easier for me, I'm right-handed, so I'm just going to lay this here, and I'm going to kind of butt it up. I don't want it to go all the way up to there, because I want to have room for my, but I want to make sure my edges are even, and they should be. And then I'm going to fold this over and glue that down, okay? So that's going to be on the back of our card. And that's going to be the point, right? Okay, so now we're going to take this one, and we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to fold it in half. Make sure we've got it even, and just give it a little pinchy. And then we're going to come in and just, again, we're going to fold. And then we're going to fold this one. Okay, and I'm going to burnish it. And we're going to fold this one up. And it's about, I usually stick my finger in there just to get an idea of where it's going to go. And then I'm going to glue this down. All right, make sure y'all that, make sure that you all comment and share so that your name will go into the drawing for the cards. And I also, well, maybe we'll wait till we do Zoom, because I've got a couple of celebration stamp sets that I've got extras of. May have to raffle those off. All right, so we're going to do the same thing. We're going to lay this on here. We're going to put our glue on it, and then we're going to fold it over and make sure that it's okay. So we're going to do that. Let's go ahead and add our adhesive to this. And you can use your seal. I'm probably going to put seal on the back. I mean, we can use the Tombow. It's not going to matter. All right, so we're going to lay that on there, get it right up to the crease where I folded it, and make sure it's even, and then we're going to fold that over. Okay? All right, so there's that. Now I'm putting that on this. This is going to be my card base right here. So I'm going to go ahead and let's do our seal. And we'll put seal on here. And then we'll attach this to the card base. And again, that card base is just one square of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, right? Ooh, my fingers are getting stuck. All right, so we're going to lay this right there and then fold that down, okay? All right, so there's our card. All right, now we're going to use this little guy. That's why I cut this guy. Or I could use one of these, actually. I could put that on there like that. That might look, let's do that one for, oh, I know, let's do this one. That will be pretty. Nah, he's too big. He's kind of taken over. What do y'all think? Or should I go with this one? I know, it's a great way to use up the DSP, isn't it? I kind of like this. I think I'm going to do that. Let's do this one, and then we'll put one of these on the other card. I got to make sure. These are the stitched rectangle framelits. So let's go ahead and glue this down and put this on our blue piece. And I just realized that I think I might need to cut a couple of more doodads to hold our paper down. I'll have to fussy cut some out real quick. All right, and then we're going to attach this. And I think I'm just going to use a little bit of adhesive on here. And I'm going to attach it. And then we're gonna have to fussy cut another something out. So let's see what we can cut. Ooh, that'd be pretty, wouldn't it? Let's cut a, well, how are we gonna do this? I don't have, oh, you know what? Let me see what we got up here. I've got some retired, I got some retired little punches up here. Let's see if we cut out some of these little flowers. Oh, why don't we do that? That'd be cute. Let's do that. Let's just punch a couple of these all out. I forgot I have these punches. Oh, that's pretty. And those are big enough that we should be able to lock it down. So we'll do, let's do 3 of them. Let's see what, oh, here's one. We'll punch this flower out too. Can you all see what I'm doing? Let me see if I can get it in here without. That's close enough. All right, that's a retired stamp set. I mean, it's still a retired punch. What's the, the navy. Okay, all right, so let's, well, these are going to be up on dimensionals. So let me go ahead and put dimensionals. You know, you got to love these little guys, right? They're your best friend. 300 dimensionals for like $4. What a bargain. All right, so we are going to, all right, so I'm going to lay this right about there so it's centered, right? Okay, so it's put dimensionals on the back of that. And then let's put our little glue, mini dimensionals. And now we're going to figure out a way that we're going to do this. Let's put one of these little guys right on the edge. I'm putting it right on the edge here. And then let's take some of these flowers because they're a little bit bigger. Well, not bigger, but we're going to get that on there so we can put them down and use these for our locking mechanism. I think that will be cute. Let's see, let's turn it. Yeah, let's do that. What do y'all think? And let's put this little guy, we'll put him in the center since we have 2 of the same, right? So we're just going to lay this one here. And they're small, so I mean, I can't do but so much, but we'll set him off just a little bit. And then we'll do one more. That is the navy blue one. All right, and we'll put that one down towards the edge. And we will, yeah, the P.S. I Love You is from the Ridiculously Awesome stamp set. This is the one that Rhonda Wade designed, and we're going to also use this Sunshine too. That's a nice set. I love the big lettering. All right, and then this one we're going to set it up here. How's that? We'll get it off so there. So that's going to hold our locking mechanism, right? And then you open it, and then you'll write your sentiment. Isn't that cute? Just something different. All right, so there's that one. Now let's go ahead and work with the navy blue. So we'll do this one as well. And I think we'll put this off to the side here. No, we're going to use, hang on a second. Let me move, I'm moving my stuff around. Okay. All right, so this one we're going to go ahead and use our circles. So let's do that. I have a fun card I think I'm going to make for you guys next week. It's going to be an Etch-a-Sketch. Have you seen a card like that? I know it's a good way. All right, I found an old template. That's what I started talking about. I found an old template, and I said, oh my gosh, I'm going to make that. So I made it yesterday. I just got to tweak it. I got some of the animals, or what I used, are a little too close. So I'm not close enough in my opinion. So anyways, I think we'll do that next week, and then I'll do something else. All right, so we're going to fold this again and make our little point. And then we're going to fold this one up. Doesn't it look like a hat? All right, so if we do like that, now if I did do that closer, see, then that does kind of not show quite as much of the underneath part. So let's do that. We'll do this one we'll make this one a little bit tighter. All right, so let's get some adhesive on here. And see, we're doing pretty good. We only have 2 more cards to do, so we'll be done. Well, it'll be a little bit after 8, so we're still good. And thank you guys for joining me on a cold Tuesday, wherever you're watching me from. And I really do. I hope you guys have fireplaces. We have a fireplace, a gas one in our RV, and when we were down in, I think it was Jensen Beach in December, it got chilly. Okay. No comments, but it got chilly for us, and I loved having that thing on. I had a fireplace in my other house in Virginia Beach, and I absolutely loved it. And I had a condo in the Outer Banks. And when I met my husband, we would go down there, and I had those fire logs. And that was my little weekend retreat. My friends and I used to go down there all the time. It was so nice, an hour and a half away. You know, you'd get in the car. I worked in the mortgage world, so it was extremely stressful. And I was a loan officer. And we'd get cross that bridge. Oh my God! And the stress just went away. Oh, it was just wonderful. So we'd have girl weekends. We'd all go down there. Some of the girls that I worked with, my processor, and a bunch of us would go down. Or a lot of times I just go down myself with the dogs. That was my week. That was my like getaway. And but my husband and I, after we met, we would go down there and we would take the mattress off the extra bed in the second bedroom, and we'd lay it in front of the fireplace, and we'd lay there and watch TV. Just because we could. It was just so nice, you know, but I miss that. We don't have, you know, we obviously don't need a fireplace here in the villages, but I miss not having one, because I like it just for the, you know, if nothing else, just for the ambiance, right? All right, hang on a minute. Let me get my thing folded. This one's a little bit harder to see. Hang on. This one's a little bit harder to see, my line. All right, there we go. So I'm going to put my finger there so I can hold it down. But anyway, so I love that condo in the Outer Banks. Oh my gosh, I used to go down there all the time, and my friends would say, "You bought that, and you're going down there by," you know, I was single, and I said, "Yeah, I could afford it," you know. And they said, "You're going to go by yourself?" I said, "Well, I have to take vacation. Just because I'm single doesn't mean I can't take a vacation. I have to stay home. No way, Jose." So I would go down there for a week and spend time. I'd go to the pool or lay at the beach or whatever, and go out to dinner. And some of my friends they just could not believe you go out by yourself. I'm like, yes, and I do go out to dinner by myself. I don't particularly care to, but, you know, what do you do, right? You got to eat, and I'm not going to eat fast food. But I really enjoyed that condo. It was a nice condo. And then I sold it, but it was a nice little getaway. We had some fun times down there, I'll tell you. We can tell some stories. If any of my worker bees were on here that I worked with, they could tell some stories. But we had some good times. We'd go out dancing and hooting and hollering. Okay, so we've got that like that. So again, it's the same thing. And the reason you don't really want to see, if you all can see that little crease, that's why you don't want to try not to do a real heavy crease, because you can kind of see it. I don't think it's going to be seen once we add our sentiment. So let's go ahead and add this to the back, to our card base, which is just the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And then we'll be finishing up here shortly, probably 10 more minutes. All right, so let's go ahead and lay that on the Knight of Navy and get that on there. All right, and then this one, we'll use this sentiment, your friendship is a blessing. And then see how that one's going to completely cover. I think that would be pretty. And then we're going to put some doodads. I'm going to come back and decorate. So maybe 15 minutes. Because I forgot. Now see, this one I stamped was crooked. I forgot to add my bling to these. So we have to add some bling. Okay. All right. So we're going to put, make sure I got the right one. Yeah, this one looks funky. All right. So we're going to put some glue dots, some dimensionals right there. All right, and we're going to set that right. So I want to make sure I got it right on the bigger part, so it's not getting, right? So where is that? And then we just have to do another locking mechanism. So let's do, I wish we had some more, I guess I'm going to use my little punchy do thing again, because that made it a lot easier. Let's do like just the plain pink, which would... Let's do that, and can we cut that out? No. Let's see. Well, let's do some of these. This will be fine. Let's do this one. It's got, let's come over here and see if I can get this guy. Yeah, let's get that one, and then we'll do one more with the two. Let's do that. And then we'll use these. And you can make, you know, whatever. Oh, here's another one. We could do this one. I forgot I had an extra one cut out. All right, so let's go ahead and put our little mini dimensionals on these. And then I'll put one on the back of this. Oh, no, I don't want to do that one. Hang on. I don't want that. I want to show that little flower. So we'll put this on the back. Put it down there. All right, so let's put this guy right about there. help hold him down. And then we got this little flower, and we'll put that one. So you can just do whatever you want to create, right, for your locking mechanisms, or you can come up with something, another creative way of doing that. So there's that one. Oops, this one's a little crooked. Hang on a minute. Let me lift him up. He's not straight. Hang on. Let me lift up this dimensional. Hold on. Come on, baby. He's a little straight, a little crooked there. All right. And then we'll pop that right down in there. So, isn't that cute? It's just a different way, a different fold. I know, we got to put our bling on, so let's get some bling. And I'll go back and do the others. Let's do some of these little guys. These are the opal rounds. I think the last time I saw they were on back order. I'm not sure if they are still or not. We'll put two of these. We'll put two small ones on here. And then we'll go back and pull up something else that we can put on. All right, so there's some bling on that one. Okay, now we're going to come back on this one, and I think I'm going to do, well, wait a minute, let's do the other card. And we'll put that sentiment on that one. And then let's do some, since we got some pink, I'm going to use one of these. These are the pastel pearls. I love these colors. Aren't they beautiful? We'll put one of these pink ones on. Whoopsie. We're going to put one of these right. How about we put that on the eye? Well, that one's glue came off. Hang on a minute. Let's see if we can get that on there. Go figure, right? And we'll pick him up. This is where I need my take your tool pick, which is sitting over there. See what happens when you have, all right, let's see if we can get him on there. Yeah, I'm making this harder than it is, but it's not really that hard, you guys. This one has glue on it. We'll put that one right there. Okay, so that helps. That dresses it up. Isn't that cute? Isn't that pretty? I love that. Okay, so we'll add some more bling here in a minute. Let's move on to the next couple of cards. Oh, I could have added some other stuff. All right. All right, so the next two we are doing Thick Whisper White. And we're going to fold these in half. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to cut, and we have to pull the paper trimmer back in, because we've got to cut. We're going to cut these squares. We're going to cut them at an angle, but it doesn't have to be like an even straight angle. It can be off a little bit, and that just makes the card that much more special. Okay, so let's bring the paper trimmer back in. We're going to cut these together. So we've got the different designs. So we're going to line these up, and I'm going to, let me get my paper trimmer up here. Now, normally, you know, you can cut them like this, right? Corner to corner, but let's just cut them a little bit off. We could cut them like that, but I'm going to try to, let's just do corner to corner. But you could cut them a little bit off if you want. That's fine. And this is not going to be exact. All right, so we're going to cut it like that. All right. Now, we're going to take these, and we're going to decorate this card. And we are going to see, look at our pieces here. We'll put one like this. So let's go like that. So let's do, now see how it depends on which way you flip your paper, right? So if I did this, then I'd want it to go over here, right? But let's do the pink side, because we haven't used much of that. So let's do the pink side, and then let me see what these are. Yeah, let's do that, because these coordinate much better. All right, let's do that, and then we're going to put this one down here. Okay, now we've got a big gap there, right? But we're going to cover that up, because we are going to add a sentiment. So let's move this out of the way, and let's put some adhesive. And again, it's just another way to cut it and do something a little bit unusual, right? So we're going to lay that down here. I'm going to let a little bit of the white. Now let's go up to the edge. We'll go right to the edge of the cardstock. You could leave a little bit of the white border, but let's live on the edge, since we're lining it up on the edge. Okay. All right, we're getting close to finishing up here, and when I pull the cards back out, we'll add bling to them when we go through and look at them again. Okay, so we're going to put this one right in this corner here. All right, so put that one there. Okay. And I've got a little bit of smudge there from my adhesive. So I will wait for that to dry and I'll take him off. Now we're going to use this big sentiment. See, I thought that would look nice because it's going to take that up. So let's put some adhesive on here. We're going to add some twine, some baker's twine. All right, so not baker's twine. Yeah, well, it's our twine. So just run your thumb across that if you want to try to get as many of the loops out. And I'm not the greatest when it comes to this, but I just do my own thing, and we'll just go with it and see what happens. And usually I lay it down here because this one's so big. So I'm just going to start looping it. It's just easier for me to do it like that. It might look goofy, I don't know. But we'll just let it lay however the twine wants to lay is what we're going to do. What do you think? It might look funny, but let's see. Let's see. Let's bring some up here. Sunshine. Let's go this way because that's where the words are. We'll try to get it looped around. All right, and then we'll bring this out a little bit. So that's the nice thing about putting the adhesive down, because then you can, and some of y'all may do much better than I do with this stuff, but, you know, there's really no right or wrong way. You just do whatever you feel like doing, right? So I'm just going to loop it, and we'll put some there, and what else? We'll do another loop. Well, I can't do another loop because then it's going to look odd because it won't be even, but that's all right. We'll just do it like that. Okay, so then we're going to put some dimensionals on here. One, we're going to help to hold down not that the glue's not, but we'll put dimensional on top of that, and we'll put a dimensional on top of that. And my fingers are sticking, and we'll put one. Now this card, we don't have to worry about it not opening, having a locking mechanism because it's a regular card. But I just like the way, and then we're going to do the other one. I think the colors are just so pretty. And then this is going to cover up that big gap, right? So we're going to have this card go like this. So, and there's our opening. So we're going to lay this down just like that. And that way it kind of takes up. Isn't that cute? All right, so there's that one. And then let's go ahead and do this one. Let's put this piece right here. And we're going to have this one open up differently. So we're going to put that one there. And then we're going to, now see, this is where I have to play. Yeah, we'll do it like that. Okay, so let's put the adhesive on here. All right. Are y'all still with me? Okay. I'm just checking. I can't read comments while I'm crafting. I need to have like an assistant. Oops, we don't want to do that. We want to put it on this side. So let's put our adhesive on this side. All right, almost done. All right, let's see. And then this little guy is going to go like that. Get him in the corner. All right, and then this one's going to open like that. So see, it's kind of, it kind of reminds me of those, what were those starbursts that we used to do? And we'll do the same thing with this one. Let's go ahead and add some adhesive. And we'll add some more, we'll add some twine on this one too. And I think I'll come back and put a little bling on it too. So I think what I'm going to do is just start, let the curls curl. Where's my sunshine? And we'll just let it do its thing. How's that? And let them do the little loops. Because it's already curling up, right? So we're just going to lay it down. Let it do its own curling. And I'll just attach it. And we'll bring this one around. Let's cut that. All right, so we'll just bring some out this way. Bring that one to there. And put that in there. Let's see. I think that'll be all right once we get it tacked down. Okay, so let's put some glue dimensionals on here. See why these are a good staple to have in your craft room? You never have enough of them, that's for sure. And let's tack that little guy down in the center right there. Not that he's going to go anywhere. All right, so let's take this off. We'll just throw these right here for now. Oh, we're doing good on time. All right, and push that one down. And then I'm going to come back and add some more bling. And we're going to put him, I'm going to put him up a little bit higher since that space up here is a lot wider. So I'm going to add that right about there. And let's come back in with some of our, let's do some more of our little pinky. Oh, let's do some pink and some of the little, I don't know what color that is. Probably Seaside. Let's do, let's put one over here. Let's put a pink one. Put one down there. And, was that man? Yeah, why not? We'll just put, no, we don't want to do that. He doesn't go. Let's put, that's good. We'll just go with the 2. All right, so we've got that. Let's put some over here. Let's put some of the, this one, let's do the same thing. We'll put a pink. We'll just put 2 down here and a, see the little heart right there for sunshine? Okay, now let's go back. So here's these cards, all right? So these, we've got our side pieces, our little corners. And then you're going to put your sentiment on the inside. So there's the 2, all right? And then here's the ones that we got to put sentiments on. So let's come back and do this. I am going to put, I think I'm going to put this one. What if we do like that? It's just so big. That's the only thing I don't like about it is it's just too big. It's taking up way too much space. We could put it down here. Why don't we do that? Let's do that. We'll just attach him right there. I think I'll do that. And we're just going to attach that. And gotta find my dimensionals. Let's just attach him towards the bottom. And then we'll add a little bit of bling. And I'm going to put one in the center so it doesn't sag. All right. And again, you know, once you cut your 3x4 pieces and you can put these and make whatever sentiment you want. Let's just put that right there. How's that? And then let's add, what other colors did I bring? I got some, oh, let's do some rhinestones. Let's put some rhinestones on there. Let's go ahead and put some blingy bling. All right, so we'll put a rhinestone there. That will help dress this up. We'll put a rhinestone. I haven't used these things in a long time. So we got all the other fun stuff. All right, so there's that one. That doesn't look too bad. All right, and then this one, let's go ahead and add this guy. I don't want to cover up my colors because it's but I think that's what we're going to have to do. So let's just do that. We'll just go ahead and pop this one on here. It'll be fine. So we'll just add some more dimensionals. I should have chose a smaller on the previous card. If you look, like this one, I did small right here on these 2. And then I did on this one, see how I did a punch. So I should have stuck with the punch because that is, doesn't take up so much space. It takes away from your card, but it'll be all right. Again, you know, we read more into this when we make this stuff than our friends do that receive these cards or family. They're just going, oh my God, she's so talented, right? So we are going to do that like that. And then, of course, we're going to add that to the inside. And let's add some of these little guys since we've got pearls. Let's do the Seaside. Let's do these because they're pale. They'll go with this. I don't want to over. All right, so there's that one. All right, so there's this card that's going to open like that, and we'll put our white piece in. Yep, banner cut ends would be oh yeah, that would be good too. Yep. And then there's that piece. There's those 2, and then of course you saw the sunshine. And then let's bring in the ones here. I just opened it up. Put the locking mechanism, and then we open that up. All right. And then, of course, this one's the different papers. And then last is our corners. And that opens like that. And then this one opens like that. And let me just show you. So those are what we did. So we did 8 cards. Is that right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there should be 2 of everything, right? 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 8 cards. So there's 8 cards. Now I do have some templates where we can actually make 18. I mean, not 18, about 14. But this one we're doing 8. But we're cutting up and using our paper a little differently. So let me just lay these out so y'all can take a look at them again. And let me show you on some of these that I did earlier. See, just to give you some ideas on the paper. Isn't this gorgeous? So there's that with the green. Isn't that pretty? So see what you can do with the paper. And this gorgeous, gorgeous grape. Isn't that beautiful? And I love this one. Oh, here's one. Isn't that pretty? So now I just have to add my sentiments to them. All right, so let me flip y'all back. I'm back, all of you. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, everyone, thank you so much for taking time to spend with me this evening. And stay warm for those of you that are out west or north or Midwest where it's cold. But thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this One Sheet Wonder, and make sure that you leave your comments. And if you are interested in the Zoom, I'll be reminding you because we've got another month to go. I'll be reminding you. So if you are interested, just shoot me a message and I'll be more than happy to add you to my list. And I'll send you the link when we get about a week before. So again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. And I will see you all next Tuesday. Thanks and stay warm, everyone. Bye.